Welcome to Nerdities. Bitches.
Hey everybody, we're back on the Marvel train here doing our MCU retrospective. If you don't remember how this one goes, we've been going over every film in the MCU, giving it a numerical rating, averaging it out, and figuring out exactly how much of a shit Nerdies gets about these movies.
Yeah, in other words, Mike kisses its ass, and the rest of us are fairly realistic.
No. I give my opinion. That Vinny shits on all of them.
Yes, of course.
And then everyone else gives a version of an opinion.
Okay.
That's wrong because it's not mine.
Do we have a goal? Because we're starting with Spider-Man: Homecoming, right? That's what we left off with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I believe.
Yes, that's where we're at.
So
we usually have a time goal, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I will keep track of time. I'll let you know how many we get accomplished this round.
I hope we get at least 5.
4 to 5 is a good number, depending on.
The first time we did like a bunch.
Yeah.
4 to 5 what? What have we done?
Yeah, we did 10 the first round.
10.
Yeah.
All right, 20.
The arguments have been more in depth as we've gotten farther along.
Yeah. What's the order?
The order is, I tend to give my numbering, Justin, Kyle, Joe, then Vinny.
Fair.
Yeah. I try to leave the pessimism to the end.
Smart.
So, yes, you're right, Kyle. Spider-Man: Homecoming. I'll let everyone know what my parameters are. Once again, 25 points for either acting, story, effects, and comic feel. Add them up and I average it out. Bing it, bang it, boom. That's my number. For Homecoming, as far as acting's concerned, I mean, it's everyone pretty fucking spot on, right? Michael Keaton was creepy as fuck. Great story. This is I hadn't, even with all this technology, this Spider-Man felt like he was more behind the 8 ball than any other before, in my opinion. Effects, I mean, pretty friggin' solid, pretty great. Comics feel, this got a 23 for me on comic feel, because this one really felt like the comic version, at least the ultimate version of Spider-Man for me. All told, 21, 22, 22, 23, I get an 88 for Spider-Man: Homecoming. And I refuse to believe that's sucking its dick.
You make 0.
I don't think it is.
What did you give it? I'm sorry.
88.
Okay. Not what I would have given it, but okay.
We'll find out what you give it. Next up's Justin.
I really like this movie. It's probably like one of my top Marvel movies. I'm gonna give it a 91.
Didn't expect that much, like. Not gonna expound either. Just throwing numbers around.
No, I really enjoy this version of Peter Parker. Holland does a really good job of portraying like young, hopeful, doesn't completely understand that his world is complete dog shit yet, Peter. Also, the interaction between him and Toombs in the car is probably one of the greatest scenes in like teen cinema history.
Yeah, that was perfect tension. Alright, Kyle?
So to give the way that I've scored this, I basically broke out all the movies in advance and made sure I did not double dip on a single number. So I kind of tiered everything and then rated kind of like my best and worst movies overall and worked my way towards the middle from there. So with that, and not repeating this number, I'm giving Homecoming an 87.
So, like, no movies will have the same number.
Correct.
That's odd to me, because it just feels like organically some movies might just be as good as another.
Well, I think that on a scale of 1 to 100, I can make an argument in my own brain that a movie is 1% better or worse than any other movie on this list.
I like that.
We all have our perspectives. Eric, 87. Joe.
Spider-Man: Homecoming. I definitely enjoyed it. Tom Holland did a great job. I like him and Tony. Keaton was great. Establishing that, high school Peter, where he actually looks like he's in high school.
No 5 o'clock shadow. It's important.
No AARP membership.
I like the homemade costume as well.
It's nice. We got a few minutes with that.
Give it an 87.
Oh, wow. That's a reasonable number, Joe.
Vinny, what say ye?
I'm going to give it a 98 because Toby, Kirsten Dunst, and Willem Dafoe, just hands down, they started the whole thing for everybody.
I don't think you're referring to the right film.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oh, the new guy. Sorry, I don't recognize him as my Spider-Man. Excuse me.
It's 98, so I'm gonna run with that.
So I'm going to give it about an 80. This Spider-Man's he's a bumbling fool. Can't get out of his own way. Wicked smart. Good thing they have good actors around him like Downey Jr., Marissa Tomei, and Michael Keaton to save it. But, plot, no Toby. I'll give it an 80. It was entertaining.
After 5 of us, 86.6. More than respectable.
Wow, that's a pretty reasonable number.
Very reasonable number.
Yeah, I overrated it. I'm sorry.
Thor Ragnarok. Now, I know not all of us love these silly Thor. I feel like this one hit that sweet spot. Just silly enough, but had a lot of serious moments. That, the goofy wasn't over the top goofy. It wasn't a movie we'll get to maybe later. Goofy. It was right on point. Acting overall, I'd give it a 21. Story, they actually pulled off Ragnarok. It's not like the comic or mythical version of Ragnarok, but it was definitely devastating to Asgard. All that color, all that glitz and glamour and Sakaar, that's a lot of work for the effects team. And nothing felt more like a Jack Kirby drawing than being on Sakaar. Those characters that were the guards and everything, straight out of the comics. So comic feel was 23 on this one. I give it an 84.
So, the Thor movies for me aren't my favorite things. This one is hands down the best of all of them. But it struggles because of Taika, where it's almost a tale of two different movies. Where it's supposed to be super serious, but then it gets a little bit too Looney Tunes. So I give it a 71.
Oof. Yeah, didn't expect that low.
I like that rating. It's very honest of you, Justin. Way to be forthcoming with your feelings.
What? Vinny agreed with it. You sure you don't want to take another swing?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Kyle?
Yeah, let's hopefully even the score out a little bit. I agree with Justin that it is the best of the Thor movies. I'm sure all 5 of us would probably agree with that. The thing about the Tale of Two movies is I think the darker tone is kind of what killed Dark World, right? It was just so dragging.
Lack of good writing.
I think that what?
Lack of good writing is what killed Thor: The Dark World.
Well, yeah, but the pace of it was just awful.
because of the
It was
writing
just like
sucked.
it was just terrible to sit through. So I think the fact that they had a lot more levity in this, even though it was like an even more serious topic with Ragnarok, I like that they balanced it out that way, and I think that this is probably like, as a movie, my favorite use of comedy in the MCU in general. I gave it an 88.
How the fuck is this your favorite use of comedy in the MCU over like the fucking Ant-Man movies?
No, like as a film, like start to finish, the tone of the comedy in this movie, just this movie, not in all of the other Taika movies.
Joe.
I freaking love this movie. This is one of my favorite Marvel movies, start to finish. I enjoyed the comedy. I like the direction Taika made it, where you had your serious moments, and then you had your funny moments. You had your wacky ones. You had Carl Urban just being insane with what were the gun's name?
Dez and Troy.
That's it.
Because when you put them together, they destroy.
I give this one a 91.
Ooh, big love from Joe.
Yeah.
Come on, Vin.
Justin doesn't have shit to say to that, I guess.
What? It's Joe. Like he watches Star Trek. Of course he likes.
I know.
Star Trek.
Well, everything's in the 90s for Joe. I give this movie about a 70. This is when they started neutering the Hulk. I noticed it immediately. I'm like, who is this guy? Didn't like that. Jeff Goldblum, I don't knock it off. And yeah, Thor, also too goofy. Figure it out. You're either sad about, Asgard, or you're a goon. They want him to be Star-Lord so bad, and he's just not. Chris Pratt rocks. 70.
We average out to 80.8 on Thor Ragnarok.
Oh wait, that was with Kate Blanchett, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. 70.
Good. I didn't want to do more math. Black Panther is up next. A crowning achievement in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as far as I'm concerned, all around. So, acting-wise, if it was just Forrest Whitaker and Angela Bassett talking to each other in those outfits for 2 hours, it would still be a worthwhile movie. Then you get all the action on top of it. So yeah, acting's out of the park. Story, one of the deepest ones in the Marvel Universe. Or the MCU, at least. The effects were beautiful in that one. One of the best 3D ones they ever put out. Even that shit when you're in the vibranium mines, that can get really disorienting, wasn't. It flowed perfectly fine. And comic feel, not classic comic feel, but modern comic feel. This is pretty one-to-one. It got a 91 for me. Justin.
I love Black Panther. 95. It's hard for me to find anything wrong with it. It's nearly a fucking perfect movie. Everybody's performance is top notch. You can agree to disagree with the villain if you want, but maybe he's not wrong. And
Right perspective.
Yeah.
Probably not the right way to go about it.
And Chadwick was amazing. Everybody is fucking incredible in that movie.
Kyle?
Yeah, so this is easily a top 8, probably even a top 5 MCU movie for me. I love pretty much everything about it. I think one of the things that doesn't really get talked about are the little swerves in the plot of this movie. When he shoots Claw. Kind of came out of fucking nowhere. Getting into Wakanda, that transition, the first time you fly into it, never gets old. Whenever I watch this movie, I could watch that, just that, like, 1 to 2 minute sequence over and over. I give it a 92.
92 from Kyle. You know, you were saying with the whole he shoots claw thing, when they introduced that chick that Killmonger's making out with, I'm like, oh, okay, there's going to be a new character. He's going to have a love interest. All right, cool. We're going to focus on that next time he pops up. Nope. Total fodder. Mm-hmm. Great swerve. Joe.
I agree with everything Justin said about this movie. This is a near perfect movie. Acting, cinematography, action, special effects, the writing was phenomenal. Like that scene where T'Challa and Killmonger just fought. Killmonger's defeated, and he watches the sunset as he dies. Like that's beautiful.
Oh, the speech he gives to him
It's
about
fucking beautiful.
Yeah, I could help you. Mm-hmm.
Definitely 95.
Okay.
All right, so I have to give you guys some context. I tried watching this a few times, and I was really getting into edibles. Didn't get through it. So I was already burnt out from like the first half hour of the movie because PTSD from the edibles. I had to keep turning it off. But I only saw it once. And I thought Ragnarok was better. So I, in good conscience, cannot give it a better score than Ragnarok. That being said, this also, at the time, they said this movie was like, and you guys are all saying it, it's the best movie of all time, pretty much. I'm like,
Anybody said
I know it said best movie of all time. I said it.
all the commercials coming out.
It's a very good movie
ever.
an accomplishment, but nothing.
Anyway, it was fine. Wasn't awful. It was fine. I give it a 69.
You are an absurd human being.
Yeah.
I think Ragnarok's a better movie.
I don't understand your face.
Ragnarok's a better movie, and this movie was fine.
88.4.
Because Vinny's a tool.
I'm sorry, did we be dishonest? I could pretend I like it because the TV told me to.
Hang on, I just want to see where this stands. So this, up to this point, I think is the fourth highest score behind Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, and the Avengers.
Well, at least it's still high on the list. It deserves to be, when all is said and done, in the top 5 to 6.
It's gonna get bumped out, and you know it.
Yeah.
I'm really looking at the rest of this list. Only see like potentially,
but it's Vinny.
Three movies that are going to end up with a higher combined score.
Yeah, what's like the highest score I've given a movie though? Like 88.
It's going to finish, I think, in the top 8.
I doubt it.
I mean, unless you guys are really fucking around.
It's you guys.
Yeah, what do you mean, you guys?
You guys.
I'm the only one being honest here.
It'll make you laugh, eh? Alright. Next up, in release order, Avengers, Infinity War. 24, 24, 24, 22. I fucking love this movie. This movie is a fucking culmination. It's the halfway point to a culmination of something I never thought I'd see. They managed to balance so many characters and do it so damn well and make it look so damn pretty. And, I mean, it doesn't get as many comic feel points because they completely sideswiped what Infinity Gauntlet is and did a totally different story, but a better one. If you've ever read the Infinity Gauntlet story, it's not really that great. It doesn't make sense. He has the fucking Infinity Stones from the beginning of the story. It shouldn't be a fight. At least this, we get to see him. It's a battle for him to get all this shit together. So that's why Infinity War is 94 for me.
This was their Empire Strikes Back. For sure. And they stuck the landing. It was hard. You gave it a 94? I'm 96. As a child who would combine all his superhero figures together to battle the bad guys, like, this was getting to see that notion on the screen in a coherent, well-lit manner.
It's important. Because
Switch your TV to dynamic.
Despite what they say, justice is not blind or black and white.
Switch your TV to dynamic. If you change the lighting on your TV, it's not the movie's fault. It's your fault. It's your fault, not the movie's fault.
I was talking about Batman vs Superman came out prior to this, I believe.
I wasn't even talking about what you were saying. I was talking to Megan.
Yeah.
Kyle.
So yeah, fucking, it's great.
So this is another lock top 5 movie for me. Pretty much for all the reasons you guys said, but I gave it a 93.
All right.
This one was phenomenal. The build-up from Iron Man to this, to the culmination of everything, was the worked perfectly. Finally seeing these characters get together and take on Thanos and lose. Definitely was, as you said, this was their empire. I give this one a 98.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Taking it right down to the base, huh, Joe?
This one's
out there. All right, Vinny, fuck this up.
Well, so I'm going to give it a 93 as well. Even though this was the movie where I sat next to this fucking pig who was doom scrolling with the brightness on her phone so high, and she was a mouth breather. She was also a nasally mouth breather, and she participated in clapping in the movie theater. So I have a little scar from that.
Everything wrong with a human being.
Everything wrong with a human being was sitting next to me. Anyways, the movie was still good, irregardless of that fucking pig.
He said it right. He said it right and decorrected himself.
So yeah, 93. Also, you know what? I will say this though: the whole "I am Groot, I am Steve Rogers" shit like that, they can cut that out. Knock it off.
Why have fun?
I said what I said.
94.8 for Avengers Infinity War.
That's a new high score, guys.
All right. Finally agreed on something. Oh, there are others I think we're going to agree on later down the road, but they probably won't be as high on the list. Ant-Man and the Wasp. I came out of the first Ant-Man really enjoying it. And coming into this one, they definitely didn't drop the ball. Like, 21 for the acting. Anytime you have Lawrence Fishburne and Michael Douglas working off of each other was great. Hannah Joan Kamen, I think she did a really good job as Ghost. It's unfortunate we didn't get more Michelle Pfeiffer with that person. The effects are always great in these movies. I love me some shrinking. And the comic feel, we got the fucking Wasp. We got the fucking Wasp, finally. So, 82. Whoa. That popped harder than I thought.
I didn't hate it.
Always the best endorsement.
It does the thing where, like, and I've mentioned it on prior episodes of this, where, like, Marvel's handling of villains, like, it just, at times, like a good majority of them, I can't fucking stand it. And, like, this one really fucking irked me. So I will give Ant-Man and the Wasp a respectable 72.
70 what?
2.
That's funny. I love how shit like this just works out, because sometimes I hear a number and I'm like, oh wow, am I fucking up? And then I hear Justin's number and I'm like, no, Mike is fucking up, because I gave Ant-Man and the Wasp a 71.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm fucking up here.
No, that's what it means.
They're all opinions.
It's always, like, it happens so rarely when Kyle, like, digs
Agrees.
at Mike. No. That's super rare. But, like, when he digs at you for shit. So, like, and it gives me a feeling of vindication.
Well, so I mean, I don't want to spoil this, but we're not gonna get to it. This is my least favorite of the 3 Ant-Man movies.
What?
Now, yeah. So yeah, take for that what you will. This is a 71, and it is 3rd out of 3 Ant-Man movies for me. And you have to remember that my scoring means no 2 movies can have the same number. So that means above my 71 for this are 2 other Ant-Man movies, plus every other Marvel movie that is clearly better than the Ant-Man movies.
You do know this is the one that does have Luis in it still, right? Like,
Yeah, but he doesn't necessarily save the film.
but he's always a bonus.
Sure, but like, you know,
But like, I'm not giving this movie an 80 because of like the 6th most important character in the movie.
right?
Well, that's a matter of opinion too. I mean, there's Scott and then there's Luis. Let's
No,
get ourselves here.
All right, Joe, where are you landing on this?
not called Ant-Man and the Luis.
It should be.
I remember when I saw the movie in the movies. I did enjoy it. That being said, I've only watched this movie once. This is one of those Marvel movies where the replay value on it is just not really there for me. But I remember, like, I was like, okay, that was good, and then it ended, and I'm like, okay, give me Endgame. So 76.
All right. This could go all over the road now, Vinny.
67. They made it a movie. It's fine. It's not better than Black Panther. It's not better than Ragnarok. Like, I think I've only seen it once myself. I couldn't tell you how it ends. I bet you it ends where he shrinks and punches someone in the face, grows back big, goes quantum, right?
No.
Okay, well, 66 then.
Black Panther, in Vinny's mind, is only 3 points better than Ant-Man. I felt the need to verbalize that in case people forgot what just happened 10 minutes
Well, you know what it is? I put myself in a hole by making Ragnarok so low, and I was like, I don't think Black Panther's better than Ragnarok. So now I said what I said, and I double down, and I move on.
You know what? I for the sake of Black Panther, I'm fine with Vinny revising all the scores he gave for this show and Mike redoing that math. I'm good with that. If everyone
I'm fine with copying all the notes I've taken and sending them to you so you can revise the math. Let's see. 73.6. I'm not gonna complain about 73.6. Yeah, I realize this is just a personal enjoyment of things getting small and big. So, yeah.
I mean, I like Dick too, but like, I didn't give it a great score.
I was talking about tits.
Oh, okay.
It's
Capitan Marvel.
I don't think you guys should be able to take my score for I've never seen it. So I don't know if you want to give me like a placeholder score to average out properly, or just
This movie's been out for years. How the fuck have you never seen it?
because I heard it was really long.
What'd you give Ant-Man and the Wasp?
66.
Let's give that same score for Captain Marvel.
That's fucking rude.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
How is it rude?
We'll get into it when it's my turn, won't we?
Okay.
All right, where was I on that one? Captain Marvel. Acting, I thought was really good because half of the people in it were under de-aging makeup. Well, a couple. You could barely tell that Sam Jackson wasn't Sam Jackson half the time. Story. It's really weird to tweak the Captain Marvel story like that to involve both Marvel and Carol, but I think they did it a good job. I didn't mind the sex change either for Marvel. Effects, lots of pretty lights, lots of pow, shooty, and really good morph effects or shape change effects on the Skrulls. I really like the way they went about that. And comic feel, that costume looks straight out of the comics. The Skrulls look like a Lionel Yu drawing. It was pretty fucking great throughout. It gets an 81 for me. 2020, 2021.
What'd you give it?
81. It's only 2 hours and 7 minutes, so by Marvel movie standards, it's not.
I love the fuck out of this movie. I enjoy Brie Larson as a human being in general. The cast did a great job. It's a good villain.
Good villain Swerve, too.
Yes, good villain Swerve, which I fucking really appreciate from a Marvel movie.
It's nice to see Ben Mendelsohn playing a good guy.
Yes.
Once.
Right? And,
Perfect casting.
And like you said, the fucking scroll design in this. But Jeff's Kiss, 94.
Wow.
God.
Wow.
I'm also a nostalgia whore, so the fact that it was set in the 90s and a blockbuster was involved does help it.
One of the best Stan Lee cameos.
Absolutely.
I agree.
And that soundtrack is a fucking banger. Like, I love me some fucking No Doubt and Garbage.
Yeah. Kyle.
All right, so I gotta even out that 94 because I think
With your fucking
I think there's
misogyny.
always somebody who's just shooting for the stars, and as Justin said at the beginning of the show, it usually is Mike, but in this case, it is very clearly Justin. If anyone else even comes close to a 94, I will be astounded. Captain Marvel for me gets a 75.
That is horrendous. But I get it too. You're not the biggest comic book guy. So like coming off of the last few years of how they've used Carol like so much, like to see her get a live action portrayal was also a really fucking nice touch.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just that so much of the best parts of this movie happened on Earth.
Yeah.
And pretty much I didn't love. I would say I mean, it's been a while since I've watched it, but I would say I didn't really love anything in this movie that didn't happen on Earth.
You know, as you're saying that, it does. I complain all the time about Masters of the Universe spending 20 minutes on Eternia and saving money and doing like the budget move of going to Earth. So that kind of feels like that.
But also
the story
like
needed to take place on Earth.
It's Carol's home.
Yeah. But hey, 75. Remember, everybody, opinions. Joe, your opinion on Captain
Come on, Joe. I have faith in you.
So I did like this movie. I did. I am also a nostalgia whore, and the soundtrack of this movie was fucking phenomenal. I rocked out during that. All the songs are fucking bangers. That Stan Lee cameo was great. I thought Brie Larson was great. Jude Law was great. Sam Jackson. We got Coulson back.
For no other reason.
Yeah.
The scrolls were great. I give this one an 86.
I appreciate that, Joe.
Right? I will. When this is on, I will watch it. This has replay value.
Yeah.
I got topped by 2 people on this one.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
I'm being fucking honest here. I'm not just sucking all their dicks.
No,
I'll tell you what. When I see this movie on, I change the channel.
you said you haven't even watched it.
And what I said was what I said because I changed the channel.
Shut the fuck up.
No.
So, out of the 4 people who've seen it,
Well, I think Kyle's right, though. We should place it at a 65 because it's probably not better than Black Panther. So I at least tried to see Black Panther and succeeded. This movie, I heard it's like...
You need to revise all your scores for today.
It's like nostalgia porn. She's unlikable, so it's hard. And it's pretty much they're using Sam Jackson's character's origin story as a plot device to try to make her movie better, but she stinks.
All right, so maybe you don't need to revise all your scores, but Ragnarok, Black Panther, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Captain Marvel should get a retooling, I think, because you already admitted to scoring Ragnarok too low.
Yeah, but it's you know what it is. You know why it took such a hit? They neutered the Hulk, and I can't forgive them for that.
how did they neuter the Hulk?
When he handed him Tony's clothes and he goes, "What? These aren't my clothes." I'm like,
Who is that neutering the Hulk?
well, then the
Guys,
next movie,
we are past that movie. We're past
he gets
that movie.
pieced up and he won't come out, and that was the beginning of the neutering of the Hulk. I said what I said.
You're doing
Okay,
a lot.
next movie.
Anyway, out of the 4 people whose votes count, we got an 84.
It's not bad. Respectable.
Ugh.
84 even?
Yeah.
84 even.
Turns out I did watch it. I'm just traveled back in time. Gave that movie a 62.
So, do we want
If you
to...
gave it a
We got-
65 for Vinny,
we
how
got
much
room-
lower would the score be?
give me a sec. I gotta put it all back in again. Hold up. 81 plus 94, right? From Justin, 94 plus 75, 86. And what am I adding in? 64?
69.
Yeah, no, not 69. It's not better than Ant-Man 2.
Oh, okay. My bad.
What was it?
65.
65. 80.2.
See, like, it doesn't destroy a score when somebody tanks it like that.
Just wait.
I'm not tanking it. I'm speaking my truth, bro.
You didn't even watch it.
I don't want to.
But you can't score a movie you haven't watched.
Sure I can.
No, you fucking can't.
I talk about the Joker all the time. It looks stupid.
No,
You know, I
that
never
wasn't.
finished Dances
Hold
with
on.
Wolves.
Hold the fuck on. No, you're not allowed to fucking backtrack all the knob slobbing you did for that fucking movie. Fuck you. You're being held accountable for that shit.
You can hold me any way you want, babe.
Oh, I'm gonna.
But I'm going to tell you what.
This is getting very Mayfair.
I believed in Todd Phillips, and he burned me. He burned a lot of people.
So,
you gonna do?
so are you? So you're gonna say it? Are you gonna say it out loud on the show right now?
Say what?
Go ahead, say it. I want to fucking hear it.
I don't know. I don't know.
No,
what you're
you
talking
know
about.
exactly what I'm talking about. Go ahead, say it.
Well,
Say.
Captain Marvel. The reason I won't see it is because
No.
find
There's
that
4
lady's
words.
face just to be very
4 words
bitchy.
I want to hear out of your mouth.
Out of my mouth.
Yeah.
I love my wife.
Justin, you
Justin, I'm
Were-
fucking exhausted.
right?
Oh, well, no, because that would be lying, Justin.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, it'd be lying.
All
It's
right,
fine.
next movie, final movie for this
Yeah.
cut.
I think that's a good spot to end it too.
Yeah,
Let's end on a big one. Probably the biggest one. Avengers Endgame.
5.
Only because I have an OCD thing where I can't give stuff perfect scores. 24, 24, 24, 24. 96 from me. This fucking movie Like we were talking about Infinity War as being a culmination. No. This is the high point of the MCU for me. Never have I had an experience like this in a movie theater. Never shall I again.
Yeah, especially when the sound cut out.
Yeah, what a fucking moment that was.
Yeah.
Still didn't fuck the movie completely.
Pew, pew, pew. Yeah, 97. Like,
Trying to fucking top me.
it's fucking great. This is like the X-Men 2-parter, you know, where like everything comes together on the cartoon. This was just like played out for what, 6 hours of fucking movie, 7 hours of movie,
About
To
5.5 all told.
leading up to the big three in that final scene where they're like, "What's he doing?" Just fucking sitting there. And then they fucking strap up to hear Cap fucking scream Avengers Assemble again. Not to mention, that movie contains one of the like most art-worthy scenes where it's just Cap and you have fucking Thanos' forces are kind of like on the higher ground and he's just there with a fucking broken shield. My man getting ready to just be like, fuck it, what else do I got to lose? Like,
One of
it's
the best frame shots ever.
so fucking gorgeous.
Kyle.
96.
96 and ditto. Everything we said.
Yeah, I mean, this is, for me, like, I can't give it a perfect score, so kind of like what you're saying. If I were to do your scoring and take a point off for each category, it would leave me with the same score you gave it, Mike. And I didn't do that consciously, but yeah, that's kind of how I ended up at a 96.
As close to perfect as a movie can be.
Yeah.
This is another one I can watch at any point when it's on TV, or even I want to watch a movie on Disney Plus that I know I'm gonna enjoy. I'll throw this on and watch the entire fucking movie.
It's cinematic mother's milk.
What?
I said it's cinematic mother's milk.
It is. Dude, as you said, like that scene with Cap with the broken shield, mine is that shot with him and Mjolnir, what he's like swinging it, and those wide shots are fucking beautiful.
That fucking moment got a Stone Cold Steve Austin in the 90s size crowd pop in a fucking movie theater.
Oh yeah.
I'll put on the portal scene sometimes, and just from the moment where Cap starts to get to his knees,
Yeah.
until basically where Spider-Man saves Tony from being crushed or being killed by Ebony Maw. Not Ebony Maw.
Hey, Peter Parker.
Yeah. We didn't get a number, Joe. We need a number.
98.
Yay. This is one-upsmanship. You know what? I'll live with it. Okay, Vinny. Vinny, okay.
95. For all the things you guys said, it's good.
Look at you. Wait, no. Hold on. Pump the fucking brakes. You've not seen Endgame yet. Don't even tell me you haven't seen Endgame yet.
I've seen that game. I thought a couple things were stupid, but like all the pops kind of like cancel it out.
See, I'm talking about it. I'm going to fucking put it on after I get off the show.
It's so good. It's so good.
I'm gonna watch Captain Marvel.
You should.
Oh, credit.
It's a very
Yeah,
good movie.
it was good.
Yeah, well, no, I need something good to fall asleep to.
You're a horrible
Put
person.
on the Eternals.
Yeah, there you go.
You'll fall asleep, wake up while it's still on because it's painfully long, and then go, but we'll get to that later.
I can't wait to get to that one.
That I don't want to spoil things for you folks, but you want to see a crater? I guarantee a fucking crater on this one.
It's gonna get a lower score than Thor: The Dark World. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
They get a lower score than Love and Thunder.
It'll probably get a lower score than Black Panther.
Bite your tongue.
It will get a lower score than Black Panther. That is a correct statement.
Thank you, Joe. Joe, thanks.
You are completely correct with that statement.
So going back and looking at it, because I brought this up before. Black Panther still sits as the 6th highest score so far in the MCU.
Yeah.
So it goes Endgame, Infinity War, Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers, and Black Panther.
Yeah, but remember, there's also really strong movies coming up in that back end.
There are.
I disagree.
You have
Me too.
2 more
I
Spider.
think that there's only 2 movies left that even have a shot at knocking.
There's at least
Maybe 3.
there's 3.
3
There's at
movies
least
that have
3.
a shot at knocking Black Panther out.
Yeah.
Well,
There's at
win
least-
some, lose some, right?
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
Yeah. And you asked for it.
Bend the knee, Vin.
Oh, I don't do that. I either come back with my shield or on it.
Oh, real quick. This is a little bit of peek behind the curtain news, but I want it on an actual show so that people know what's going on. I'm ordering the world's most sour candy tomorrow for the veto powers on the 100 greatest musical artists, as told by Nerdities. You will have to use the vetoes. They have to be used. The reason for this is because I can't get a count lower than 100 for this fucking candy.
So I get 100 vetoes?
No, so that's not how this works.
No. It's working that way unless the company
No.
wants to reimburse Justin for the candy.
No, because it was your choice to buy them, and you also haven't bought them yet.
Yeah.
So
But
technically, we have this conversation right now to convince you to actually use your brain,
no,
because you're
Mike-
not forcing us to use vetoes that we had to do various tasks to earn
Yeah, you have to
in the
use them.
first place.
They have to be used.
No,
Yeah.
it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, it does. You have to use them.
No, it doesn't make any sense.
You have to use them.
If someone doesn't want to use them, can they pass it to somebody else?
Sure, you can pass on vetoes.
Nice. Joe, want to trade?
Trade.
Wait for the world's most sour candy?
Yeah, the
You eat
vetoes.
the candy, and then you give me your veto.
Why don't
Yes,
we
yes.
you just give us some of the candy
Well,
Yeah.
you're going to.
I'll eat it just
you're going
because.
to get.
at the end,
And
and then I'll give them to my kids when they're pissing me off.
Well, you're going to get some of that candy anyway to bring to your kids. Like I said, I can only get it at 100 count. So
Okay.
you're going to have to eat your 4 during the
How
show.
much is it for the 100 count?
It's not a lot. It's like $20.
This is guilting. He's guilting us over $20.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not going to work though.
Oh,
Well, it's going to fucking work.
It's not going to
I
work.
said the
'cause
other-
you can't make somebody use a veto.
I said the other option was alcohol.
No. Nope.
well, if people aren't willing to eat the sour,
You're eating the fucking candies.
I-
Whether you want to use them for a
I'm
veto
saying
or
if
not,
they're not,
you're eating
if
the
they're
fucking
not,
candy.
I will willingly eat all 100 of them and get 100 vetoes, and I'll make my own fucking list.
I
a lot
enjoy
of
sour
Creed.
candy.
A lot of Creed, a lot
lot of
of
Creed.
songs. I don't know who sings it, and I don't know the name of the song.
You've
but I'll
had
do the
you've had months to put just names down on a list. Like you have
Right.
until December
Oh.
7th.
that list. Obviously, I have that list.
You have till December 7th.
But
Start writing
I
shit
like
down.
to live. But currently, I like to live my life like I'm in the '90s, and I don't have a computer,
You have paper.
so I haven't Googled it. I have that one song with the do do do. That's number 5.
There's only one song with the do-do-do. I love that one.
Yeah, it's a Billy Joel song, I think.
Anywho.
There we go. Kyle, go ahead, end it.
Alright, as always, if you like what you hear, you can like us on Facebook.com/Nerdities. Follow us on Twitter @Nerdities. Email us at nerdities@gmail.com and check out nerdities.com.
While you're there, fuck you! Also, go to tpublic.com/nerdities and fuck yourself while you don't buy hoodies that you asked for. And then go to sinfulcreationsbyjustin.com and fuck yourself there. Fuck me, fuck you. You know what I mean?
Okay, and then after you're finished doing that stuff, go over to youtube.com /nerdities and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to get notified when new content is coming. Because new content is coming and is already here, including Nerd ETs, our cooking show. Season 1 is streaming in its entirety. Season 2 is coming soon. We have the upcoming Halloween special, which is us our retelling of the Nerdities comic book, The Dark Days of Brickton. We have a Christmas special coming up. We have the final installment of the Joe trilogy entitled The Justice League. We have a feature film in the works, and there's probably some shorts in between all that stuff, because we like to be creative. And if you want to be creative out there and see your name in lights and become a producer to give us a budget for this stuff, write to us at nerdies@gmail.com, because we'll groom us when we talk about your business and or product. And don't forget to check out our interviews as well, because they are awesome.
Oh, and look forward to a sponsor soon.
Oh, what?
Yeah, we're gonna get a sponsor soon.
Wait, so we're gonna swoon and croon and talk about their business and or product?
Don't say croon. No.
About their product for sure.
Okay.
That's big news.
Yeah.
Like Noah's Arcade presents Wayne's World?
Kinda.
Okay.
But we wouldn't be. But it's not an arcade because those things barely exist now.
Would it be enough money for us to have to put their name in front of our name?
No.
Okay, good. The opinions of Nerdies for idiotic and more than happen to point of views to be far more so. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Because of the end of civilization, the Clamp Cable Network now leaves the air. We hope you have enjoyed our programming, but more importantly, we hope you have enjoyed life.